Good morning. My name is Tammy, and I would like to welcome you to Self-Fly's Unique Boutique. If you are new here, thank you so much for pressing play and watching me, and I hope that you do all the YouTubey things like and subscribe. If you are a regular here, thank you. Thank you. I am so happy that you come back week after week and want to put up with the crazy. That's me. So, let's get started, shall we? I don't have any finishes or FFOs, but I am very close to a finish. I'm hoping to have it finished next week. Yay! So, let's move on to the starts, shall we? I did have one start, but I didn't do enough to even bother to show. So I'm going to show my two restarts that I have. First, let's start with Miss Peggotty's Cheshire Cat. And this is like the third time, so hopefully the third time is a charm. So this is a full coverage and it was part of a bundle, Alice in Wonderland bundle that I purchased. So yeah, so I restarted this. I don't think I have the card, but I restarted this yesterday, I believe, and I'm doing it on a 20 count easy guide fabric, and I'm using the call for DMC, and I've only got 202 stitches completed so far. So here it is. So what I'm doing is I'm just doing these 4 squares, and then I'm going to move over this way and do 4 more, move over, 4 more, so on and so forth. I believe there's 13 squares across. So this is how far I've gotten. So there's that one. The next one I restarted, was same for the Cheshire Cat, out of 23,220 stitches, I've completed 202, and I am at 0.87%. But if you watched my extra on Wednesday, you would know that it's your favorite designer weekend, and Miss Peggotty is one of my favorite designers. So everything I chose for stitching this weekend is Miss Peggotty. So it's the Mad Hatter, Queen of Hearts, Cheshire Cat, Dracula, possibly starting Alice or the White Rabbit. So here is the Mad Hatter, and he's very cute. I love his hat. And the fact that he puts his pinky up while he's drinking his tea. Okay. And this is the Mad Hatter. I restarted it on August 13th, 2025. I'm stitching it on a 20 count easy guide Ada, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 5,000 stitches. To complete it, it's 23,219 stitches, and I have completed 418, and I am at 1.80%. One of these. I think this is on, right? No. I have all of them in the same bag. But here is what I finished. There's some blacks, some very dark blues, some light blues. The colors in these are absolutely amazing. They really are. And just from a few colors of DMC. But the way they're put together is awesome. Okay. Oh, gosh. Alright, so my theme weekend last weekend was focus full coverage. So I picked 4 full coverages to focus on. Needless to say, I got 4 out of the 5 done. The only one I did not work on is 3 chairs. So I'm going to keep that in my bin, and hopefully, because I have a cloth bin here that has all the stuff that I work on from week to week. So I'm going to keep that in my bin and see where I can get done. So, I lost the bag, but that's alright. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Need this one. One of the ones that I worked on, and I didn't really get as much done as I wanted to, but I did get some done, was Alice in the Leap Years. And you know that I've been working on this sporadically, trying to get at least the goal finished, and this is what it looks like. It's only got maybe 11 colors, if that. There aren't any blends or anything like that. It's just shades of black and grays. That's it. So, my goal is 5,000. Now, this has 63,504 to complete it. And I have done 1,890 stitches. And I'm at 2.98%. Or maybe it's 3,000. I don't remember. But here's what I got done. You really can't tell, but I did finish up some of this up here, and I went down here. And I completed 107 stitches. So this should be coming up on my Wonderland Wednesday rotation. So when it does, that'll be 300 stitches that I need to get in. And like I said, I think it's 3,000. So I think I've done pretty well on that one. The next one that I worked on is Fox in the Woods by Celtic Rose Cross Stitch. Here's what it looks like. And I started this on June 30th, 2025. I'm stitching it on a 20 count Easy Guide Ada using the called for DMC. My goal for this is 5,000, and I have completed 480 out of 50,176, and I'm at 0.96%. Not even 1% yet. Jeez, what's wrong with me? So I got 302 stitches done on that. And here it is. I did some fill-in over here, and there are many different colors. It's not all black. There's like dark reds, light reds, Oranges, maybe. Oh yeah, tans. So, there's that. Okay. So I worked on Alice in the Leap Years, Fox in the Forest. Okay, next one. This one, oh my god, I could not. It was the only thing I worked on Monday, basically. I thinking that I'm going to make this a focus one for a month. Because once I start, I can't stop on this particular one. So, this is the QS Huggable, and the artist is Randall Spangler. Where are you? And it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Oh, there he is. Oop. That's not what I'm looking for. I am looking for... Yes. Here's the mock-up. And he's just adorable. He's just so cute. I think I'm gonna call him Horatio. Yeah, he looks like a Horatio, whatever Horatio would look like, but he does look like one. So, this is QS Huggable. It's by Randall Spangler, and I started this on July 14th, 2025, and I'm using a 20 count Easy Guide Ada, and I'm using all the called for DMC, and my goal for this is 5,000. Well, I got 549 stitches in this, so that gave me 1,000 completed, and out of 37,400 I am at 2.67%. And this is what I got done. You can see the C and the O in the cookie jar. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. That's why I'm thinking about keeping it out and using it as a focus. Like work on it once a week or something. I don't know yet. Okay, now the Four Seasons Summer, I did not get my total goal because I miscounted somewhere. I know I did. So here's I only got in 1,458 out of 1,600, and I still need 142. But I'm not going to worry about it. I did attempt to get it done. So you'll see when I show it to you where I goofed. So before I pick this up again, I want to get some frogging done. So here's the Four Seasons Summer. This is going to go away for a while. I was going to try to finish it before the summer ended, but no. Oh, shoot. Where'd the card go? Oh, I don't know. But anyway, here's what I got done. And as you can see down here, this and this do not match. They're off by one. So I got this part done, and I did this whole side, and I did work on the lighthouse. The crabs are all done. I still have to work on the postcard and work on this part. Under here are fish and seaweed. Next to the lighthouse are a pair of flip-flops. So, and then there's a ship's wheel right here, and then a small ship, and some plaid. So this is going to go away for a while, and then when I pick it up again, I will frog out what I need to frog out and take it from there. Okay. So there's that one. Alright, Rudolph Peking I did okay with. I got a total of, find it. Oh, there it is. I didn't get 1,000. I don't know if I'm going to continue to do these semi-sane focus events. And if I do, it's going to be something I really want to stitch on. Like QS Huggable or something to that effect. Because right now, the ones that I'm choosing, I really don't want to stitch on. Even though I did do okay for July, and I did get 1,000. I might just continue and try to get 1,000. I'm thinking that the last week of August is going to be my challenge week, which means catch up on all my challenges. So here's Rudolph Peking. He's so cute. And I started this, here we go. Started this on November 30th, 2024. I'm stitching in on an 18 count Easy Guide Ada. I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 3,000 stitches. And I did get the goal. So I think that's why I'm thinking about putting this away. So far I've completed 3,085 stitches out of 12,400, and I'm at 24.88%. And there it is. So I finished up here. I still have to put the white in, and then I did this and this. So, and I started putting white in here. So once I get this white done and this white done, I will move on to the snowflakes. So there is that, but I did get my goal. So I might just, because I got 761. So all I really need is 239 to make the 1,000. So I'm gonna do that. Alright, now for my wrestling roundup. It was Becky Lynch using the pedigree at the Summer Quaker by Jardin Prive pay-per-view, and I need 500 stitches for the Winter Quaker. Nope, that's autumn. Here's the Winter Quaker. Was it winter? No, sorry, it was summer. Summer Quaker. There it is. So, what did I do, you ask? Well, I started this on June 6th, 2025. I'm using an 18 count Ariel from Pictures Plus. Using not the called for DMC. I'm using Celtic 4016. And my goal is 2,500. I got 507 stitches done on this, and it looks awesome. I started working over here, got this partially done. I put in the butterfly here and this little doodad here, and then got this halfway done. I am not going to put the date or the year. I'm going to leave that. I might just put a little butterfly on each side, you know, because I really don't want to put 2025. I mean, I could. Either that or I could put my husband's initial in mine. I don't know. But I think I'm just going to leave it as is. Oop. Put that back. Alright. And then I worked on Autumn Provides. Okay? Now, this is what I mean by I almost have finished. I got 325 stitches on this. Oh. Here it is. This was for the prompt a multi-layered project. So I figured, you know, you have 3 colors. You have the blue, the tan, the brown, and the goldish, and then it goes back to the blue, tan, and then back to blue. So it's like layers of color on top of each other, going vertically. So that's why I did that. So Laura, she doesn't really care how many stitches you get, but I do. So I try to do at least 200. Plus, I wanted 100 for the letter A. So, oop, that's not it. That one's nowhere near done. And here it is. So the only thing I have left is this here over here. That's it. So this is hopefully going to be finished next week. And it looks awesome. And when I posted it, I ended up getting like 3 or 4 comments yesterday. So, because I post it on her Facebook, the Stitching by the Shore Facebook page, that I'm doing the I Spy challenges. So, last but not least is Halloween Squall by the Blue Flower. And I got 216 on this one. This was also for I Spy. It was your choice. The your choice prompt. And here it is. Now I worked on the face and got the eye in and completed the whole face. I worked on the cape here. There's also a kind of like medallion here. I just have to put the 2 little purple stitches in, and I'm starting to work on his white belly, and I did do a little bit of the purple here. I jumped around a little So basically, once I get this big huge squirrel done, the only thing I have left is like a lantern up here in the corner, the rest of the border, and a little pumpkin here. And it'll be all done. So this is definitely slated for a finish. Now, I know I usually read my card first, but I need to find it. So, I started this on March 21st, 2024. This is definitely a fight to the finish. I'm using an 18 count sand. I'm using the DMC conversion. My goal is to finish it, and I put in 216 stitches, so that brought me up to 2,966. So that is all I did this week. Yesterday I took my daughter shopping. On Monday I sent out Hilltop Stitcher's gift, and I also sent out Lucy's gift. So hopefully they've got them. And if you do have them, please let me know. That'll make me feel so much better. Okay. So, I need to put those away. So, what we're gonna do now? I did get one stash enhancement, and I was watching somebody. I can't remember her name, but she had gotten Dumbledore's library from the Cross Stitch Studio, and I wanted to check it out, and I saw the Honeymoon Sunset that Jen the Caffeinated Crafter is doing. I saw the one that's 1,000,000 stitches. I think it's Under the Sea something. No. And then I thought maybe I'd get one of the libraries. So I looked at Giovanni's, the lady who does the, read the tea leaves, look at the crystal ball type of thing. And I looked at it, it was like 800 by 800. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So I looked at Snape's library, it's the same size. I'm like, nope, we're not going to do that. But I did find a couple that I would like to get, and I did get one of them, but they're a little bit more pricey than I want to spend. So that's why I only got one. They're about I think they're a nickel more than Stitch is So Beautiful, but it doesn't really matter. But I only got the one because this is the only one I saw that I really, really wanted. Alright, this is the White Rabbit, and it doesn't say who the artist is. I guess it's licensed by Creative Commons, and it was charted by the FlossTube Studio, and it's 275 by 420, and it uses 102 DMC colors. And it's the White Rabbit. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So I have a feeling that I might be doing this on white and not do the whole sky. It depends on what the sky is. guess I didn't really check, but I will. Alright, so that was my stash. So what I'm going to do is, I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish up Autumn Provides. Either this weekend or next week. So we're going to pick another finish. Yep. Yep. And this one is Gaia. It's going to take a while. I know I have it in here because I was going to try to work on it. This is Gaia. I really need to find the chart. This is Gaia Earth Goddess by Quaternion Creations on Etsy. Started this on May 31st, 2025. It was for Monochromatic May. I'm doing it on an 18 count teal dyed Aiden that I did myself, and I'm using Sulky 4051. I have definitely made my goal and then some. I have 1,558 stitches completed. And here she is. And I think that green looks absolutely gorgeous on this teal. So there's that one. So Gaia is going to be a focus. This is also going to be for the letter G for Laura's Eye Spot Challenge. So there are a couple things that I want to do. So I do have a few plans. The next, starting today and going until next Friday, 1,600 stitches is 4 Seasons Winter. And I do have a picture of that because I made sure and printed out one because they're so hard to see on my thing. So here is 4 Seasons Winter. And I love these. And they're fun. I mean, I never thought I would say that. But they are fun. Okay, where are you? Right there? Yes, right here. Okay. So, 4 Seasons Winter is this one here. And this is from Soda Stitch Designs. I started this on June 21st, 2025. I'm stitching it on an 18 count, I think it's denim Ada that I dyed myself, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 2,500 stitches. It's got 6,656, and I have completed 574, and I am at 8.62%. And here we are. So I'm working on the tree here. I think I'm going to move down and put Santa and the reindeer in, and then move down again and put the bag of presents in, because next to the reindeer here is some buffalo pine. So, you know, I want to get to that. And hopefully I don't make too many mistakes on this one. So, this in here. So we're gonna work on that. Okay. We're gonna work on Rudolph peeking, of course. I'm going to finish up Autumn Provides. And oh, that's Ghost too. Okay. Now, for the other A, I was going to do Autumn. acorns, which is right here. And I have to figure out where I made a mistake, which means I'm going to be frogging out, of course. But I will work on that after this weekend's over with. So, I don't have a card in here. Alright, this is what it looks like, and somewhere along the line in here I made a mistake. So, oops, this is backwards. Sorry. I think I'm showing you the back of my project. Good lord. So there's that. So somewhere I made an oops. I'm trying to remember which side I made the oops on. I think it's right here. I made the oops. Oh, knowing my luck, I probably counted wrong. If I don't get to that, then I'm gonna find the autumn squirrel and I might start that one. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to try to continue to work on the Halloween squirrel. I gotta clean out this thing. And work on the rest of my I Spy props. Okay, as I said earlier, my weekend is a favorite designer weekend. So I'm hanging with Mrs. P this weekend. I'm going to try to get 200, maybe 200 more stitches in the Mad Hatter. Get 400 more stitches in the Cheshire Cat. My wrestling roundup is Damien Priest uses the Riptide at the Dracula pay-per-view. So I need 300 per wrestler, 300 for the wrestler, 300 for the finishing move. So I gotta get 600 stitches on Dracula. I might possibly start either Alice or the White Rabbit if I want to, and work on the Queen of Hearts. So I have the Cheshire Cat, Dracula, Mad Hatter, and Queen of Hearts that I, for the weekend, because it's 4 days. And I usually work on one project every day. But this weekend my husband has family coming up, so I don't know if I'm going to get any or a lot of stitching done. I'm going to try. So, and here is all the ones that are done for the month of August. I'm hoping to get at least 2 more done this month. I'm pretty sure I can. I've done pretty well. I've done really well, and some of the ones that I haven't worked on some of these for a while, like Spring Awakens, like the Autumn Quaker, like Dracula. And then I went and I added more to my wheel. So now I have at least 30 of each. 30 whips, 30 finishing moves, 30 wrestlers. Yay! So, I have to get 400 stitches in my Lucky Gnome. I need to get at least 300 in my Autumn Acorns, I'm going to finish Autumn Prive, so whatever is there, I'm putting towards my letter A. And then at the end of the month, we'll pick 2 new letters and see what happens. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down plans, goals, work on Mrs. P whips. And then Four Seasons winter, I Spy. And if I only get 2 or 3 done, then I'm good with that. You know, because like I said, the last week of August is going to be catching up on my challenges. So catching up on my 2 letters, the A and the L, catching up on my I Spy, seeing how many goals I can complete, so on and so forth. So, finish Autumn provides. Yes. And work on Halloween Squirrel. And Gaia. Okay. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so we are going to spin for another wrestling roundup, and a new start. And let's hope for the best. Okay. Alright, let's start with the new start. Just making sure that I haven't started any of these. Yeah. Okay. Not sure what that was, but let's see what we got. Oh, Santa's Workshop. And I'll show you these after a moment. And then, so it's a NS. Alright, so we'll pick 2 new wrestlers, 2 new finishing moves, 2 new arenas. That should bring me to the end of the month. Okay, so we're going with Gold Dust. Now Gold Dust is a 3, so that's 300 stitches. And then Cody Rhodes. And they're brothers, actually. Oh, it's funny. And Cody Rhodes is a 2, so that's 200 stitches. Alright. Finishing moves. For Gold Dust, it's going to be what? Pump Handle Slam. And that's a 2, so whatever arena or pay-per-view, I should say, that gets spun for will get 500 stitches. And then for Cody, oh, nope, I did that one already, hold on. Sister Abigail. And that's only 100 stitches. So whatever pay-per-view gets picked is getting 300 stitches. Okay. So next is the pay-per-views. So for Gold Dust and his opponent, it's such a fright. So that's 500 stitches. And so I don't get pick it again. Is September Quaker. So that's 300 stitches for September Quaker. Okay. So, I'm gonna pause you, and I'm gonna find the 2 whips that I need and show you Santa's workshop. So, hold on one second. Plus, I'll show you the. Oh, I already showed you Gaia, so we're good there. Okay. Couldn't find such a fright, but it's from Teresa Koget, and I've worked on it before. I've showed it to you before, so that'll get 500 stitches, I believe. And then yes, and then for Cody Rhodes, it's a September Quaker, and I might just add an extra 100 to make sure that I got 400 in here. And this is my starting point. And the colors in this are amazing. So there's that. And then the Santa's workshop is from Lutherain Arts. And it's the same idea as it's stained glass. It's the same idea as Rudolph peeking. And he's very cute, he's not peeking over the thing like Rudolph is, but, or is he? Oh, almost. And here he is. I can't get a very good look at that one. But, there he is. But it's stained glass, just like the other one. So, yeah. Those will be the plans for next, well, you'll see those all next week, hopefully. Other than that, I hope you join me for Favorite Designer Weekend. I'm pretty sure everybody has a favorite designer, and if they do, even if you only have one, work on that one all weekend, you know? Work on it for a couple hours and then find something else and work on that for a couple hours. If you want to do new starts, I'm talking to you, Griffin, then yeah, go for it. But yeah, so I hope everybody has a wonderful stitchy week and you have a great weekend. I hope you stay safe and keep on stitching on, everybody. Bye.